We are looking at the Ethereum US dollar pair here on TradeView, and I want to talk about two things relative to this price dynamic. And one of them is a more general statement about coins in general and trading them as a currency. And the general statement is twofold. You've got more money in the currency markets than you have in the overall stock market. And we're going into the billions, if not trillions. That explains why these price run-ups are the way they are. In the fact that the coins overall are doing things that stocks don't normally do. And it also explains the other part of the question. The money's coming from experienced currency traders. And I don't know that by the statistics of anything on any data. It just makes plain sense to me, okay? It's just another currency to a currency trader. The other thing I wanted to cover is this volume. You'll notice that the volume change down here will trail off, yet the price, it has no influence on this price. And it does it several times. Like you'll have a slight sell-off here, and that's on the daily chart. That's not a sell-off. It went for 3 days. It recovered, 3 days later, and it broke out into even greater highs, okay? So it made your turnaround. That's nothing. So, the price was quite a significant pullback, but it recovered very quickly. And the volume is decreasing slightly, yet the price is continuing to go up. So, yeah. So the other thing I wanted to mention was the intrinsic value between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And when you looked at the Bitcoin chart, you asked the question, am I chasing this thing at 200? Am I chasing it at 400? Am I chasing it at 800? That is Bitcoin. Knowing that it's about to cross over the $3,000 mark, are you chasing it 2,000? Okay, see what I'm getting at? So these prices are in an environment that is a far cry different from the overall stock market or currencies in general. And then there's also the bottlenecking of fewer coins than, say, what's in the global currencies and the amount of money that's in them, okay? So that all comes together to help explain why this crazy run-up price action, as well as then there's an experience factor where when people are new to trading or they're very optimistic, they either don't know how to short or they're you short some of these currencies in these bitcoins or just coins in general, you're going to get your what handed to you on a platter. So I think it probably freaks people out about shorting, that they got to be really careful because of the upside rocket ship dynamics of these prices. Okay, and I hope that helps explain a couple of things about the price action and why it's so much different than stocks and so much different from so much of what's out there, okay? And then there's the vote with your dollars of, I don't know if I could make a general statement, the revolution in the economy, the revolution in the fundamentals of how money is managed in a global economy. I think that it's a vote with your dollars of saying, hey, let's do something different, okay? So when you add all this stuff together, it explains this price action, okay? And I find it interesting. I was at a Best Buy and I went to get a crypto USB stick, and I was going to make something so I could have a cold storage device. And I asked one of the sales reps if anybody there had any experience with it, and he called on his handset to anyone if they had any experience with it I could talk to, and there was nobody in the store. And these people are working in sales in a computer store, okay? So what does that tell you? This thing is, there's not enough people to make it run its course just yet. Okay. And it's possible that this is so geeky that it could take a length of time that is kind of shocking. It might take as much as, I don't know, 5 to 10 years before the general population finds out about this and then starts getting on board. You know, when you go to your local computer store and those guys don't know anything about it, I mean, that's just amazing to me. And I don't think I've even spoken with anyone that knows anything about him, you know, anywhere. So, and that's here locally where I live, as well as most of the stuff online. If you're not Googling blockchain or something specific to coin trading, it's possible it won't come up in people's general knowledge base. And so I think that speaks volumes. And the reason I brought up the thing about the salespeople at Best Buy is because, you know, other people are questioning just their friends at work, or they're questioning people in the neighborhood, and you know, the average person's not going to know. But when every single person in a Best Buy that is a computer high-tech place where you sell computers, when none of those people in the entire sales group know anything about this, I mean, that to me is a lot stronger than just asking, or, you know, querying your family and friends. Okay. So anyway, all of this combined, of these points that I've emphasized here, I think help to explain why these prices, or the dynamics of these prices, are so up and up and up. And lastly, I do want to conclude the biggest influence on what I think, and that is the intrinsic value of Ethereum is greater than the intrinsic value of Bitcoin. And if that is correct, and all things we're reading about and hearing about, and that the infrastructure is more robust, then the thing should be worth 3,000. Okay, and that's where Bitcoin's about ready to cross over that price level. Thank you for watching, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and good luck in your crypto trading.